everyone. I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today's topic is Fauci and Birx. So I know this is a big topic, and it's been out there in different forms of media, just trying to get a better understanding of who are these people and whose side are these people really on, right? So the question that was sent to me was, would you consider doing a reading on Fauci and Birx? Information is starting to come to light on their relationship or their dealings with the PTW, which I talk about them a lot, the powers that were. I try not to give the forces that be any more power than what they already think they have. So we're using the past tense here. So the powers that were. And so when I think about them, I get that Trumpet is very aware of Fauci and Birx and their connections that they have to the PTW, the powers that were. And as I read this question, I kept hearing this phrase in my head, to keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. And I get that Trumpet's keeping a watch on both of these individuals very closely. He knows how to play the long game. He knows how to feel out a situation, see what's going on, and kind of just almost let people create their own demise, so to speak. And I did get that, Fauci, he did a presentation at Georgetown at the beginning of Trumpet's administration, and he flat out said that Trump is going to face a surprise disease outbreak. And I put a link on my blog itself and also a link to a YouTube video of the actual speech. He said those words. He forecasted this scenario that's happening, this outbreak. He already knew that it was going to happen. He knew 3 years ago. I also get that Trumpet wants someone in the know to be on his side. And to some degree, he feels Fauci, he does know because he's right there in the middle of it. And he thinks that Fauci can be the link to the PTW and use him as a ploy or a go-between. He's kind of, playing the whole scenario out. Fauci's good at masking who his true alliance is with, but he isn't really fooling anyone. And the T administration, they're on to this. They're not stupid. They are fully aware and they're researching it. They just can't openly talk about what they're doing all the time, especially with the media contorting everything around. They need to keep things on the down low and figure this stuff out behind the scenes. So, keep an eye on Fauci and Birx. I don't see Trumpet being too hasty in firing either. I think he's going to want to keep them close so he can watch them. He needs to just make no mistake, because he's using this to his advantage. So just see how this plays out. And I know a lot of us are frustrated because we want to see more action than just hearing stuff. We want to see where the proof's in the pudding. We're at that point now. I think people are at that snapping point. They just want action. They want to see that something positive is really going to happen out of all this. And I really get it. If we just wait and see and allow everything to play out, it's all going to make sense in the end. We're just going to go through a really rough spot and a tough spot right now. But if we all stay together and keep that collective consciousness where it needs to be, it really feels to ultimately end up in a greater good environment. So I'm trying to keep those positive vibes out there. And that's really all I have. I'd be interested in your thoughts, what you've heard, what you know, what you have going on, maybe even in your community. So feel free to share that in the comments, like me, share my work, all that stuff. It helps me out so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye.